why social media? One, why not? These are communications channels which you can use for all sorts of things. And you can change the world. I mean, that's one of the things I like about it the most, is that it brings people together, it flattens hierarchy, and it enables us in the palm of our hand to reach out to people across the globe. Well, you're dealing with students, and students, obviously age range is all over the map, and digital fluency is all over the map. But at the end of the day, that's the reality in which we live in, where you've only got so much time to capture someone's attention and to sort of share the story of the place. And for academics, one of the things that social media can offer them is not the marketing and branding and always sort of saying, hey, look at my amazing stuff, but it's the community of practice. It's all the academics spread across the globe who can connect with one another, sharing ideas, and have their students interact in that idea exchange. That connectivity, that level of engagement, it was impossible before. And now when you look at something like, a Google Hangout, and you can have people from, all walks of life, all over the world connecting and having a conversation, that's really powerful. Whenever you have a session that is titled, Why Educators Can't Live Without Social Media, you're going to get people who want to come in there to say, okay, tell me why. Why can't I live without social media? And of course the answer is educators can live without social media. Just want everybody to relax for a moment, understand that that's okay. But the idea being, of course, is that just like technology enhances learning, social media can enhance learning. And so when you look at the many ways in which educators construct learning experiences, social media can be used to enhance those learning experiences. And so educators can live without social media, or should they at least try and experiment with using social media in their teaching practice, in their academic practice? Of course. Just like how, early practitioners, early academics, when the printing press came around, looked at, okay, here are now the opportunities to share knowledge via books and printed materials that enables us to sort of scale the capability of sharing all these rich tomes that before only a few people had. And now all of a sudden you've got the ability to scale resources across the board. And social media gives you so many different opportunities to connect with people. For example, a friend of mine is an academic at a university, and she was using WhatsApp for discussion groups with her students. And the neat thing was that students had suggested that they use WhatsApp. So students had kind of given her the idea, okay, hey, we're going to use WhatsApp for a discussion board, and it gives them the opportunity to share links, resources, videos, sound bites. And it doesn't have to be WhatsApp, it doesn't have to be Twitter. You use the tools that work well with a particular use case that you have. There's always pushback, right? There's always skepticism. And I think skepticism is healthy. You go to, what are you trying to accomplish? What are the learning outcomes? You don't say, okay, I'm going to pick a social media channel or tool just because. You say, what am I trying to accomplish? What am I trying to do with this? How is it going to benefit my students? And then you walk back from that question, or series of questions, and you pick the apps or channels that work well. And digital engagement gives you just a wide array of tools and channels that you can pick from.
There isn't a one-size-fits-all.
Exactly. I mean, you look at Twitter, for example. Twitter first came out in 2006. So it's 11 years old now. It's been around for quite a while. And there are still people who are just coming to Twitter for the first time. And that's okay. I think that's how it's always going to be. Every social media is going to have sort of that curve with sort of the early users, the early adopters, and the people who maybe get to it a little bit later. And it gives you this breadth of fluency, this breadth of use, where people use it for all sorts of different reasons. And that's why I think we're still talking about Twitter today. It'll probably be Snapchat and maybe Instagram stories and something else down the road. It's not always going to be the same set of tools.